In 2003, a £50 million allocation of lottery money was put into trust, and over £6 million of it was ring-fenced for 10 neighbourhoods and communities across Greater Manchester and was managed by Forever Manchester. This unique programme, the Fair Share Trust, was designed to run for 10 years with the main aims of building social capital, improving local environments and what was called livability in our communities and neighbourhoods. Well, it's 2013 already and our 10 years is up. So how did we all do? If you want the usual statistics, to know how many projects we funded or how many boxes we ticked, well, we have produced a rather weighty tome of some 360 pages. And if you want, I'm more than happy to send you a copy. But if you want to know what really happened, just sit back and enjoy this film and book. We haven't captured everybody or everything, but I think we've captured the essence of the Fair Share Trust. It's been about the people, like it always is about the people. It's about their creativity, their talent, their passion, their durability and their pride. This film and the book is about them. They grew this.
My name's Ian Tomlinson. I'm the Project Director here at A.C.C.T UK Limited. We're a charitable organisation based in the Abram ward, working with over 140 young people and unemployed young people each week. We teach them motor vehicle skills and we help them to build the confidence, the self-esteem and personal development to prepare them for the world of work or to move into college or further training programmes. The courses we deliver are backed by IMI, which is the Institute of Motor Industry. We teach young people to enter level 3, level 1 and level 2. Where possible, we try and deliver as much of the course as we can in the workshop, so 70% of the delivery is done hands-on in the workshop, because most of our young people struggle academically and they don't like sitting in a classroom environment. So where possible, we try and deliver the theory into the practical sessions. By the end of the course, our young people are confident enough and qualified enough to move on to the various options that are available to them.
I'm dismantling an engine and I'm putting it back together. Just the basic level 1 stuff really.
But more importantly, we're preparing them for the world of work by building up the social skills and the confidence, helping them to work with others, trying to give them the skills that employers are looking for. So Fix-It's been around for 10 years now, and we've found that over these years that the type of young people that want to attend and enjoy attending Fix-It are mainly those young people that are struggling academically at school. They're not very good at reading and writing, like myself when I left school, and they prefer to work with their hands. We find that they flourish here because they're doing something they enjoy and something they feel comfortable at, and through the way we deliver the qualification, they get bite-sized chunks, they're learning on the job, and we're rewarding them regularly by bringing the units, bringing the qualification down to unit format. So most of the young people are from the mainstream schools, but we do work with young people who are from schools, special schools, young people with behavioural difficulties, and some young people who've got mild learning difficulties as well. We also work with the local prison at Hindley and with the youth offending team to try and give those young people who've lost their way a little bit of a guide and a steer back into a more positive way of contributing to society. Maxine Nightingale from CVS helped me to apply to the Abram Fair Share Trust for some funding to work in the Abram ward, specifically in Plattbridge area, to work with some young people that were furthest away from the jobs market. They'd identified a need in that area for us to make a difference, and Maxine helped me apply for that funding. We also got a little bit of match, so it made it a bigger, more interesting project. We got some support from the Housing Association and from the police and the fire service, who were quite keen to help us deliver this piece of work. We delivered it up until December 2012 and worked with 14 young people who've moved on to do bigger and better things in the main. So we're really, really pleased with the support that we got from Abram Fair Share. So we access the fund through Forever Manchester. It's really good that we've got an organisation like Forever Manchester, even though they're based in Manchester and we're an outpost here in Wigan, that they're supporting the agencies and charitable organisations like us who are in these outposts and acting as a conduit for funding to get to where it's needed. Places like this here on the ground, so we could make a difference to the young people in the community.
Oh, the tutors are amazing. They can just speak to you with confidence. You can speak to them, tell them anything you like. They will help you with anything at all. They're just amazing, really.
We work with young people from 14 to 19. What we do find is when they might come at 14, 15 and they'll leave school and then go to college, and a lot of them get excluded from college because they can't cope with a normal environment, and then they end up coming back here doing level 2 courses at like 17-year-old. You know, that's the difference with Fix-It. It's a bit different than, it is like college but a little bit different, a bit more understanding, I'd say.
Done my entry level, my basic level. Now I am moving on to my level 1, and at the end of this year I should have finished it, and then after I've finished I'm going onto an apprenticeship with Gemstone Buzzes, which is quite a good opportunity for me, so yeah, it should be good.
Whilst a lot of the people that have accessed this funding have spent the money and then gone by the wayside, we use this kind of funding to support what we deliver. Our main funding comes from tuition fees from the schools that access our services with their young people, and the money from Abram Fair Share has allowed us to target directly those young people in greatest need, those that are furthest away from the job market, those that are under the radar. And this was a brilliant opportunity for us to work with Abram Fair Share, work with our partners to make a lifelong lasting difference to the beneficiaries that took part in the programme. So although this wasn't a particularly large amount of funding, it did keep my staff employed, make a difference to the young people, and help to make Fix-It more sustainable in the long term.
My name is George Pugh. I'm currently Treasurer of Springview Community Sports Association, and we started some 15 years ago where we identified a need for the youth in the area, and consequently we got the land off the local council, and then we went to various funding bodies who kindly funded the organisation or the project. We received an award from Fair Share Trust. We got this award in 2 funding pockets. The first one was used for development of the overall area, and the second one was for the construction of the building. The building was opened in 2006, but it was 2004 when we applied for the funding, and obviously, like everything else, it takes 2 years to get off the drawing board onto the ground. But as I say, Fair Share Trust certainly helped us a great deal on this. The activities they have, our main one is the Over 60s Club, which meets every other Thursday and every other Tuesday, where we have arts and crafts on the Tuesday and a social activity on the Thursdays. And this is well supported by something around about 90 members, I believe.
I'm Anne O'Malley. I run the Over 60s Club, which I started 4 years ago with my husband. Norman passed away though 2 years ago, so I'm now running it with a committee. There's 9 of us on the committee. We have meetings every 3 months, say, and then we let everybody know here at a meeting what we've done and what we're doing. Well, they come in supposed to be between 1 and 4. When they come in, we have pound cakes, which they can buy. It's free tea and coffee. They pay £1 subs. They get drinks all afternoon. We have talks. People come in doing talks from Age Concern or Age Educators now. We have a book club, which is 50p for a book, and it goes to charity. We've just sent 150 quid to Wigan and Lee Hospice. Tuesdays is a craft day, where we do watercolour painting and make cards, and I have about 20 at that group. I'm hoping to get some more. But on the Thursday, I get between 70 and 80 members in every other week. it. I don't think many people knew about it. I think we'd been in the fields and at the back. Even people on the estate didn't know it was here. So we went round and put leaflets through the doors to tell them that it was here, and we were starting an over 60s club. And I started off with 28 members, and now I'm getting them from all over the district. They come as far as Bolton. It's mainly Abram. There's quite a lot off the estate that come. It's just friends of told friends, and they've just all joined. So I've got over 100 members now. When we first started, my husband applied for the big lottery, which was the Fair Share grant, and we got 3 years grant, which finished January last year. So we're more or less on our own now, but we're doing okay.
Will you please give a warm welcome to Mr. Ken Knight.
Nice to see you all again.
The money that we received from the Fair Share Trust covered admin, the room hire and the artist. We bought a computer as well with it, which we needed to run the club. A lot of them are lonely, and it's for company, and they like the activities that go on. They love the bingo, obviously. We've got to have bingo. Older people love the bingo, don't they? And the artists in the company. And when they do come in, I mean, someone will phone me up and say, "It's all right, we join the club." So I said, "Well, yeah, fine, but I won't know anybody." So I said, "Well, it's a very friendly club. Come in and see how you go on. Come and sit with me for the first week." And they'll come in, and there's always somebody that they know.
On the street where you
Hi, my name is Martina Maguire, and I'm here today as part of the media workshop run by Oldham College and funded by the Fair Share Trust. I live in Eccles estate in Oldham, and it's quite a bit of a rundown estate. Myself and a couple of other people have got together to try and build it up and make it a better place for the future generations to grow up in, and not to be ashamed of where they're from.
Alt Estate is a small estate which is post-war run down with very little infrastructure around it. So it seemed when we first got there. In reality, it's quite different than that. So we met up with the ACT team. They're the team that come together to put the orchard and the Green Water School in place. And it's all built around gardening, really. So, and those guys are phenomenal. The amount of work they do, there's 5 women. There's Red, Marty, Lindsay, Steph, and Anne. And what we're there to do is help them to get what they've done out to the residents of the estate.
The media workshop was offered to us, and I jumped on it straight away because I'm interested in the media, and I just wanted to get more knowledge, be able to put the public's opinion out in the media. John Eccles set up a community website for us, and it's called The Alternative, as in alt, where we come from, and that seems to be going quite well. There's a lot more people to reading it now than, obviously everything takes a little while to take off, but there's more people getting in and getting a lot of feedback from the people on the estate. And basically that's where I'm at the moment, but I'm just trying to get as much knowledge as I can, hopefully so I can use it in the future to help me estate.
Anything internet related, you need word of mouth to get you to the site. So that is the big issue we've got, really. The second issue is, it's a small estate, the stories don't come along that often, and the people on the estate are quite private. We drop into Denise at the Chippy if we want a story, and she knows everything that's going on and has a great way of telling you. She hasn't got time to write these stories, so what we have to do is we'll go in and have pie and chips, because that's the type of guys we are. She'll tell us the stories, we'll write it, she'll proofread it, Carl will check it for legality, and then we'll stick it on the website. So there's all sorts of things going on. For example, last week we had a crew out in Manchester at a conference. Marty went on that, has said in the past, I'd never go to a conference. Well, all of a sudden she sees that they're no different than the rest of you. Okay, they might have a little bit more finesse perhaps, but nobody's bigger or smaller or bigger or brighter than anybody else. They've just had better opportunities, I think.
On Thursday mornings, we all, everyone that's associated with the ACT group, whether it's us as workers or the people that's helping us out and teaching us stuff, all gather on Thursday morning, have a cup of coffee, and we discuss everything that's happened in the past week.
It's about showing people there are possibilities from getting where you think you are to where you want to be. And it's just plugging those buttons in to give them that self-belief, really. And I think that's what the Fair Share Trust in this project is great at. It's getting lots and lots of people, giving them skills they never knew they had, and the ability and the confidence to question things. And that's what the benefit of this is, the fact that they've got ordinary people to go out and do something extraordinary. And that's what it's all about.
Hiya, I'm Red, and I'm a resident on Alt Estate, and I'm also a member of ACT, which is
Alt Community Challenge Team. And I'm Steph, and I'm a resident on Alt Estate and a member of ACT, which is Alt Community Challenge Team.
Myself, my sister and my niece, we were dropping our children at school, and we were going uptown, and we went to the bus stop, and we were chatting away, and all of a sudden this mad person came along and asked us if we done gardening or if we could use a shovel. And of course we said yes, because it's kind of our background, being from Ireland. And she asked us if we'd like to do a project with her. She'd been given a plot of land at the school. So we decided then we'd give her a hand until we came and seen it, and then we were like, ooh, what are we letting ourselves in for? So that's how it started, and that was nearly 6 years ago, and we're still doing it.
Well, my son was growing plants in class, and I'd recently moved onto the estate and I had a garden for the first time. So I got interested in growing my own fruit and vegetables. And when I was bringing my son to school, I saw this patch of waste ground and thought that'd make a lovely garden where all the children can get involved. So I asked the headmistress if it was okay to dig it over. And at first she was a bit sceptical that we would actually complete the work.
Yeah.
But within 2 months we'd transformed the wasteland into a school garden. Gary Loftus from Forever Manchester came into school to try and start the community building project, saw the garden and was asked to be introduced to the woman who started it all off. So I met Gary Loftus and he invited me to be part of the Fair Share panel, giving out grants on the estate. So I obviously said yes, because community is very important to me. And that's how I met Gary, and we started talking about possible green route to school ideas. Well, I've sat on the panel and various groups came forward with ideas, and I decided it would be a good idea to have a green route to school and roll the school garden out onto the estate, including the community house. The Fair Share Trust awarded us £45,000, which is paid for 15 large planters on the grass verges on the estate. It's paid for 15,000 bulbs, which have been planted on the estate, and some at school as well. It's paid for raised beds at the community house, which are going to be vegetable and fruit beds.
And we've got the flower beds.
And it's paid for 3 large flower beds that have been put on grass verges on the estate as well.
And then we got the mural on the wall around at the community house, and we've got the mural.
A mural at school as well.
At the school as well, so.
And it's paid for the orchard. The orchard is a large area of land at the heart of the estate that actually used to be a nursing home, which was demolished and then it was all turfed over. There were 3 trees on there, weren't there, originally? There were cherry trees, but they never produced any cherries because they're all male trees. So we decided that we'd actually build an orchard on the orchards. So we fenced a third of it off, and killed the grass off, and we've planted 60 fruit trees and 300 fruit bushes on there. On the estate, reports to First Choice Homes of vandalism have gone down to zero since we started doing our work.
Been very, very good, very positive.
Yeah.
So because the kids are getting, you know, they're planting the bulbs, they're planting other things they're doing at the school here, so they don't want to see their work getting destroyed. So this is why. We've
constantly got children coming up to us saying, "Miss, when can we do some more planting? When can we come out again?" It's something that all the children have got behind. As well as the money that we received for the green route to school, the Fair Share Trust also awarded us £6,000 just to work on the school garden, which has paid for a new patio area because the old one had broken flags and it was a trip hazard. It's also paying for a new shed sort of for keeping the tools in. It's paying for some tools, it's paid for seeds, and it's bought two new greenhouses, one of which we're going to grow grapes in, and the other one's going to be used for seedlings for the new plants. Yeah. And also to put flagging round the outside of our large pond, which then we can do pond dipping and things with the children, whereas before it was very slippery.
We couldn't bring them into the pond. They just had to stand outside the area and look in and count the fish. So, and it's great for the